People have such short-term memories.
Well, you know, bring my kid into this.
About Stark's kid? Yeah. This is the thing about Stark's kid, Mark. No, I had nowhere to go with that. But no,
sorry.
Another big gay.
People have such fantasy short-term memory. It's shoot. It's like if somebody had a big week the week before, people are jumping all over him to get him in their lineup.
They just go crazy. They just figure now, oh well, he's the man now. No, you watch this week. I almost bet you he won't come close to it. He's a new guy. He's been on an active list most of the year. He did have a good game, no question about it. But he hit he caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, and they really have no. He was the only guy they had. I mean, Brandon
really
Jackson hasn't been productive. Grant's out, obviously. So
Kuhn's not somebody you're going to run 20-25.
Kuhn got himself in trouble by dropping the ball.
Yeah.
He started getting the fumbles at the end of the year, and even, I think he had a fumble last week, did he not?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
recovered it.
So, right, well, he recovered his own fumble. That's still not good when you get to the sideline. Coach is still mad you dropped the ball.
Yeah, and you're not going to get 15 to 20 carries a game if you're
John Kuhn
giving the ball away. So,
right, exactly.
Who's up?
Hey, tight ends. How about that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how sick Ray Rice is. That's my
I've got the pair of tight ends from New England. If Hernandez plays
as a
2.
combo.
Yeah, well, I've got him 1 and 2. I got Gronkowski 1, Hernandez 2. Again, name recognition alone, I'm going to put Tony Gonzalez at 3, Todd Heap 4, Greg Olson 5, Pro Bowler John Carlson at 6, Dustin Keller at 7.
Only at 6, though, huh?
Yeah, only at 6. Only at 6.
Wow, well, he had 2 touchdowns again. He was number 1 last week.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see him. It's going to be nasty in Chicago.
Yeah, I do like the Tony Gonzalez pick, though, Nick, because kind of like what we've been talking about this morning. If Roddy White is banged up, and if he is matched up against Charles Woodson, and Matt Ryan does like to throw the football, he's going to throw the football. I mean, that leaves Tony Gonzalez as his number 2 or his B option, right?
Yeah.
Kudos on the Olsen call, because if Tatupu's not completely healthy, he was injured last week.
Yeah, he's questionable.
Olsen would be really dynamite over the middle. That's a good call.
And then I had Heath Miller at 8.
Okay.
Another guy that's been in the playoffs.
And
plenty of times.
You had Todd Heap up there, I think, right after Gonzalez,
he's at 4.
Who's been terrific lately. I mean, it's funny. Todd Heap, I think, went undrafted in most leagues this year. Just because last year he was awful. But with this year, he's been a solid tight end, and lately he's been one of the top tier guys you could actually have in there. So,
yeah, he's been the B option for Flacco, I think, after Bolden.
Here's why you watch and see about Hernandez if he plays. This year, Hernandez's stats against the Jets are 9 catches, 152 yards, and a score. So, yeah, if he ends up being healthy and he plays, he's a hell of an option.
But it doesn't almost seem like if he doesn't play, then Gronkowski is a home run.
It comes.
Oh, for sure.
I've said this for about 3 or 4 weeks. These guys, their stats go on man-to-man defense, which the Jets play. When the man-to-man defense goes against New England, Hernandez is a god.
Mm-hmm.
When it's a zone, Gronkowski gets the figures. I mean, I've looked at it. It's amazing the breakdown between the two.
Is that right?
And this is why Hernandez, if he's healthy, is a great play this week.
Well, it's just so weird, though, because, the Jets beat the Patriots once this year, and then the Patriots just slaughtered them the last time. So it's really hard to judge, which offense or which defense, whether they are going to play a zone or not, which one they use this time around. It's going to be a good matchup.
You have to think, and I'm sure Rex knows, that the only way, to even compete, and you have to try to confuse Tom Brady, which means they're going to be seeing all kinds of different sets, man, zone, blitzes from everywhere. It's the only option they have. Yeah,
Brady's going to have to be quick on his feet against the Jets this week.
Easy.
That was funny.
Don't force it.
Did she say that?
Stop it.
Nick,
Stop it.
All right, defenses.
I need to know. New England or Baltimore?
The top 2 I've got Chicago, New England. I think that it's
so New England over Baltimore, huh?
Yeah. And then I've got Baltimore 3, but I think there's quite a bit of distance between those two. I just don't like the Jets in that game at all. So Baltimore 3, Pitt 4, the Packers 5, Falcons 6, Jets 7, Seahawks 8.
All right, that's fair enough,
Yep.
I suppose. All right, I have the kickers, which will make or break. Probably, they probably won't make or break you, but especially this week too, because I was
David Akers.
I was looking at them all, and I like all of them except David Akers because he's not playing this week. But he was the go-to guy last week, right? That's where you should
Because
insert
it
your
begins and
footnote,
ends
right?
Lakers last week, remember?
This is the one kicker that you want on your team.
Who was the moron that said that last week?
It
Well-
may as well have been me.
Oh, God.
I believe the top kicker last week was Mr. Cundiff for Baltimore. I have him at number 2 this week, but I put Matt Bryant number 1 because he's playing indoors, and I think Atlanta's going to score, and if they don't, they'll be kicking a field goal. So I have him number 1. I have Cundiff at 2. I have Mr. Gold at 3. Sometimes he's the Bears MVP. That could happen this week, so I have him in at number 3. I have New England's Graham at 4 because you don't know if they put up as many points as they did last time against the Jets, he's going to have a good day. Crosby at 5 for the Packers. Sweejum at 6 for Pittsburgh. 7, Folk for the Jets. Don't like him, but he was good last week. And Mr. Mare for Seattle, the veteran, in at number 8. I had to put someone at 8.
Your pick of Cundiff
There's only
first.
8.
Right.
Cundiff missed 3 field goals all year. 2 of them were where? Heinz Field.
Really?
Go figure. Yeah.
Good stat.
I miss not having Kansas City in here because of the kicker's name. I mean, suck up. I mean, it was just great just to have him in there so you can say the name. But yeah, I mean, kickers are just going to just be brutal the next couple of weeks. They'll make or break you like they did with me with Akers. But
Well, and the thing is too, in the 20-man league I have 20 guys. I was so hesitant to take 2 kickers, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, is that gonna kill me?
Well, unless the kicker you have is going to the Super Bowl, then, I mean, I don't think it'll kill you. I just don't like, I think we should get rid of kickers in fantasy football altogether. It's such a crapshoot. There's no right, you know what I mean? There's no
Never
real
thought about
skill.
that, but I mean,
There's no
you
real
really
skill
only
in
put them out there
predicting.
because they are.
Because you have to.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, but there's leagues with, the IDP leagues.
Yeah.
Take defensive players. I guess you could take out the kickers.
There's no skill in predicting kickers, and there's no, you can't, they just kick extra points, you know what I mean? If they knock down some field goals, then it's 3, but how
Well,
are you going to predict that?
Robbie Gold, though, a few years ago was one of my leading scorers
That year.
as far as fantasy-wise.
That year.
Right, and Vinatieri's been big.
Yeah,
But
right.
outside of that,
But they've also been outscored by other kickers quite, I mean, there's just no real skill involved.
well,
to
you're the commissioner
any
of
of
2 leagues, right?
I know, I want to get rid of it. Defense is okay, but I think kickers are totally unnecessary.
I
in
don't know.
fantasy
When Mark
football.
throws out stats about Billy Cundiff's field goal percentage at Heinz Field, that to me says that's some
Keep the kickers around.
Yeah, I don't want to know strategy about kickers. I mean, nothing personal,
I
Mark, but you know what I mean? I
know what
don't
you're
want to
saying.
have to know
Sure.
that.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to keep defenses.
Yeah, defense
Especially
is
for
okay.
Special teams makes defenses a lot more fun. And when we first started, Mark, 6 years ago, defenses got more points.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More
Yeah.
points for special teams, and you're just getting less and less now. But we're running out of time, guys. We'll be back with you, though, next week. We'll cheer on all your favorite teams. We'll have the Bears game for you here at noon tomorrow, right here on Sports Radio 1450. But back with you with Fantasy Football 101 next Saturday, 8 a.m. Good luck in your fantasy leagues if you're still in them.